Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video with ScooterPie666 and onmyoji. Today, you guys, we are talking about a counter team and how to build a counter team and what kind of stuff works for counter and what doesn't. First of all, I don't have a counter team that is worth two shits. But, that's okay, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you a fairly decent counter team in action. The enemy player here in this realm has what I call a counter team. He's got Ubisu, he's got Hito over here, he's got Shutsu, he's got Inugami, he's got, was that Yodo, or is that, I can't tell. Or is that Yuki? I can't tell. I can never tell. But we'll see. Okay, so I outsped him, so we'll see what happens here. I don't know if I'll beat this guy or not. Sometimes I can beat these counter teams, sometimes I can't. It just depends on how good his shields are. Yeah, he beat me. See, so this is what a counter team does. It's built on not going first and just surviving getting hit by the DPS nukes or the DPS nuke teams, and then countering. So you would notice my Otango basically killed himself, and then he's using his counter and mop-up DPS to kill me. So that's what a good okay, you're welcome. That's what a good counter team can do. So let's get into a little bit. Why does it keep doing that? Just leave my face up over here. Come on, phone. Come on. Anyways. So let's get into what we need for a counter team. Okay, so getting into fingers in the way. You know what? We're going to flip-flop upside down. Yay! There, now I can use my finger without it getting in the way. Okay, what are we doing? Oh, yeah. Alright, so counter team. Okay, so first things first. The whole point of a counter team is to not take the first team. Like, so I use a DPS nuke team. Like a standard, easy attack power and speed. You want to be fast and you want to hit hard, right? That is totally not what a counter team is at all. So speed is far less useful on a counter team, although you do kind of want your Shutsu to be fast still. I keep forgetting they changed the spelling of her name. It's weird. But anyways, so the two, like, main people, I guess there's three, but three main people you need for a counter team are Hito, Shutsu, and then Inugami is good counter. And then the other ones are optional. But first, let's go into Shutsu, okay? So, okay, what I was saying. I gotta finish what I was saying, though. So, the point of a counter team is to not go first. It's to let the DPS or the attacking team go first, and you are supposed to use your resilience and your counter damage to whittle them down until they die. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It actually works really well, as you saw in my battle with the in the realm raid. Okay, so first of all, Shutsu, whatever. So you kind of want her to be fast because of water circuit. You want her to go fast and use water circuit early on. You want her to be your fastest person on your team, okay? Water circuit connects the inside bodies of all allies to form a circuit. It basically causes everybody on your team to have like one large hit point pool. Okay, so what that does is it keeps people safe. It makes it so that your weak monsters and your strong monsters now share a hit point pool so that no one part of your team dies right away. Okay, and she also has this, which goes really well with the counter team as well. This skill has a 50% chance of increasing the crit damage of your allies by 5% when she takes damage. So you increase your crit damage. And then, of course, when it gets max skilled, it increases the crit damage by 20%, which is nice. And then, okay, so souls. You could go with a few different things. I happen to have some spare tree nymph souls, so that's what I kind of threw on her. I didn't even throw anything else on her, you know, just whatever. Basically hit point bonus, whatever I happen to have that would increase that. It's fine, I guess. So I mean, I don't even know why I'm doing this, because I'm just gonna take this crap off later, because I have to. I mean, my team is not high enough level to even be useful right now. But the tree nymph is useful because it helps when an ally takes damage. It helps remove their orbs, causing them to be starved for orbs and making it much more difficult for them. Now, you can put other stuff on her. You could put let's see, what else you put on her. Let's just hit change. What else would you put on her? You could put Soul Edge on her, I suppose. If you had her tanky enough, you could put Soul Edge on her, and that would help share defense or help share damage for the team and help keep your team alive longer. You could also put Jizu statue, which creates a shield equal to 10% of max hit points when taking a crit. Has a 30% chance of shielding allies, so you can put that because that helps your whole team stay alive longer. In fact, that's a really good one for a counter team. Or you could even put Fortune Cat on her too, depending on if you're bringing somebody for orbs or not. Because we do need orbs for this team as well. Let's see. So then Hito, let's get into his skills a little bit. He's good for a counter team mostly because of this skill right here. I'll protect my master and everyone else. Hitosumu, I'm just going to call him Hito. Hito chants a sutra when he takes damage, increasing the effect resistance of all allies by 10% and reflecting back 10% of the damage taken for one turn. The effect cannot be dispelled. And then when you skill it all the way up, damage reflected is 20%. Okay, so he reflects back 20% of the damage he takes. So you just make him tanky, give him a lot of health and a lot of defense. Well, not a lot of defense, but mostly health, and then some defense. and effect resistance too. You want to give him effect resistance so that he doesn't end up getting like confused or something. So high effect resistance is important. And then as far as soul sets, Mirror Lady, because that increases his reflecting back. Mirror Lady has a 30% chance of reflecting back 100% of the damage received. So if you throw Mirror Lady on him, that's a really good one to put on him. It's a really good one to put on him. And then you could put like Soul Edge on him, or Jesus Statue, or Tree Nymph also, but really seriously, Mirror Lady's like definitely a good one to put on him. And then Inugami. Inugami is a great part of a counter team because of his built-in stuff. Let's see here. So he has a AoE attack, by the way, which is also really nice. So that when it's his turn, he can use his AoE attack. Can I Evo him? I am like so freaking close to being able to Evo him. I should just go do that. But his AoE attack is actually kind of nice. I mean, it's not as good as like Utengo's, and it's not quite as good as Ubume's, but it's actually not bad at all. He does 5 strikes on all enemies with such awesome speed that it looks like he's everywhere at once. He deals damage equal to 92% of his attack on the first strike, and then 50% reduction each time he lands a further strike on the enemy. And then you can increase the skill damage by like 20%. So, but that's not why he's good on a counter team. That is like kind of just like you use him for the DPS. But what he's really good for is protection. I'm here to protect you, and Inugami protects half of his allies, prioritizing those with the least hit points and launching a powerful counter attack against any enemy who attacks the allies. Multiple Inugami only trigger the effect once. So you can't have more than one Inugami. It's the only downside for this particular skill. Dealing damage equal to 110% of his attack and increasing Inugami's attack by 30% of the target's attack after he counters up to 210% of Inugami's basic attack until he takes the next action. So what this means is you want to build him not fast. You want him to be a little bit on the slower side. You want him to have high attack, high crit, but also a fairly decent amount of hit points so that he can survive. You want to probably have him around 14, 15k once you get him up there. But you want him to have a little bit more hit points than a normal attacker. But so that he can survive being hit, but not so much that he's like a support monster, okay? Does that make sense? I don't know. And you want him to be slow so that after he's been hit, or after people on your team have been hit, and he counters for it, and then increases his own attack, then you use his Sword Fury and really drive home the damage. And then, as far as what souls to put on him, I mean, it's no contest. You want to put Scarlet on him. And the reason you want to put Scarlet on him is because it gives a 35% chance of using a normal attack to counter when taking damage. So you increase his chances of counter attacking. And then the other stuff the other stuff you might want to throw on him, just We'll just increase his attack power for right now. You know what? Let's just put that because it makes a matching set. I mean, he's only a G2 right now, so. And he's not even evolved. So those are the three, like, main counter team members that you would want to have. And, you know, okay, so he's a super rare, but they give him to you, so as long as you're not, like, you haven't fed him, he's obviously really easy to get. Another person, and then Shuzu, she's a rare. She's not that hard to get. Even if you, like, are struggling to summon her, I mean, you can, like, get her shards fairly easily. And then he's also rare, so he's also easy to get. Every time. Every freaking time. Okay, so other people you can bring with. Most people bring a healer. Most people bring Ubisu. Ubisu. The guy riding the fish. I don't have him, but let's just go. Whoops. Yep, thank you. Let's just go over to collection. Ubisu is super rare, I'm pretty sure. I think I had him at one point. I had him at one point too. Didn't I? Oh, maybe not. Anyway. What the hell? Why do they keep doing that? Alright, anyways, Ubisu. Basically, you want to make him tanky. And then the soul sets I've mentioned all work good on him. Soul Edge is a good one. Jizu Statue is a good one. And he doesn't need to be super fast. You probably don't want him to be, like, super slow either, because his cart banner is the way he heals. But his cart banner is kind of crazy. It has hit points equal to 40% of Ubisu's hit points, and heals 40% of the cart banner's hit points every time anybody on your team takes a turn, as long as it's deployed. They get healed by 40% of its hit points. So it's like 40% of 40% to figure out how much the heal is, and then you can buff it up to like 60%. But it doesn't sound that good at first, but once he gets going, he's really tanky. He has a lot of built-in hit points himself, and it can be really annoying to deal with if the enemy team is fast. Unfortunately, or Momo. I should probably go back and see if I can find her too. I'm trying to think. Momo is Momo rare? I can't remember. Where is Momo? What is she? What is she? She must be a super rare. Oh, there she is, right there. Momo's another healer you could use. I don't have her either. Momo actually has a revive. So that's one of the reasons why people like her, because if you accidentally lose a team member, you have a chance of getting them revived. And then she also has this Gathers Nectar, Gentle Breeze, heal one ally, restoring its hit points to 20% of her max hit points, and has a chance of restoring all other allies by 30% of the restored hit points when launching a critical hit. So, build her on critical. And last but not least, Kusa. Kusa is probably the least useful for a counter team, but you could build her like this and give her soul edge and you know, crit and attack, and she actually wouldn't be super terrible. She would actually work as like a second DPS, or technically I'd probably be better off with actually giving her Scarlet. You give her a Scarlet set too, because the thing about her is she's an attacker. She actually can hit fairly hard on her. You know, you build her like an attacker and give her crit and attack power and a fairly decent amount of hit points. Not only is her heals based off of her attack skills, she actually can hit hard too. So if you give her Scarlet, she can counter. And that could be really annoying. Another one that you can take is onmyoji. Onmyoji, so I got a Jizzo set on her. And of course, Jizzo creates a shield, absorbing 10% of, basically it's a 10% hit point shield. So, when you take a crit, and has a 30% chance of shielding all the allies, so that could be really annoying to deal with, right? But onmyoji is useful for a few things. For one, she pretty much is immune to debuffs. I mean, even if somebody hits her with a debuff, it just falls off at the beginning of her turn if you got her awakened. And then her sky tiers can be really useful for slowing the enemy team down. Let's see. Yeah, that just gives her that. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a just. Onmyoji's ceaseless tears become rain that have 50% chance plus effect hit. So you want to give her effect hit. Chance of slowing the enemy's speed down by 10 for 2 turns, and then if you buff it all the way up, it slows them down by 20 speed for 2 turns. Dispelling one of their buffs, so it helps strip off their buffs, and there's a 60% chance of dispelling up to 4 debuffs on all allies. So if you get hit by somebody who has a fast CC team, that she can help clear that off. Of course, a better way to go would just be give most of your team high effect resistance, but that can be difficult early on. So high effect resist and high hit points are basically what you want. You can also bring, just like any regular DPS, and just put Scarlet on them and give them attack and crit. You can bring a single target. Shooting Doji is actually a good one to take and give them like Scarlet, and you could even take Shisho or Enma as your second DPS. Enma is interesting too. You could take her, well, like, see, I've got a Scarlet set on her right now. I mean, you could take her, she could counter with her regular attacks, and then the cool thing about her is you just build her attack power up really nice and high, and she can hit somebody for 211% of her attack, and then if they know she doesn't kill them, she inflicts silence on them, and there's not a plus effect hit or 50% or 10% chance. That's 100% silence. So if you have an enemy there's an enemy that's gonna bother you, or one particular person that's on the enemy team that you're worried about, she'll pretty much take care of that for you. She'll shut them down in a big hurry. So yeah, that's it. I mean, I guess I can I don't know, it's not gonna work or anything, but I could take a team out, I guess, and just show you. Man, where should I take it though? Should I take it to like souls? Like a low level souls? Let's just go to like souls 3. And I'll try to take out a counter team. I don't have no idea how a counter team is going to work in souls, but let's see. Let's take the healer. Let's take Emma. Let's take... Who else are we taking? We gotta take Hito and Shuzu. And then Inugami. Right? Let's take it. See what happens. This is like, okay, so she uses the water circuit, right? So that makes us all have the same hit point circuit. So somebody hits one person, and yeah, maybe I mean, this is a crap team, but I do have decent souls, so maybe this was a little bit on the weak side. I'll see if I can go a little higher. Right, so there's the shield from the Jesus statue. So that's kind of the way it works. They end up, like, killing themselves. Oh my god, I still have my Evo bonus on. I gotta turn that off. I'm a frickin' noob. Frickin' noob. Let's see, can I go to Souls 4 with this team? Probably. So there's water circuit. Yeah. I forgot my, oh yeah, and then actually, probably, oh see, there goes, counter attacks. And you got me doing counters. That's good. That's what I want them to do. Stupid cat. Freaking running around like crazy. So we'll, you know, we're gonna actually go check and see. You know, we're handling 4 with this crap. Like, most of these guys are like G2, and most of these like souls are not powered up at all, so I'm not expecting to go too far, but I wonder if I can do 5 or not. Oh, damn it. Well, it's after midnight, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna use this stuff anyway. It's fine. We'll see if we can pull this off or not. Maybe if we get lucky. But you get the basic idea of how the counter team works, right? You get, and you got me. So the other thing, though, I was just saying is your onmyoji is probably should just be like Seime. S-E-I-M-E-I, or is that even how you spell it? Oh my god, I got terrible. And put like protect and I don't know, protect in like star or protect in life for his skills are good options. Because that's what you want for a counter team. You want good defensive capabilities because you need your team to be able to survive. See, with the shield going on, I mean, these are crappy people with crappy souls. I mean, this is only G5, or it's only stage 5 for the souls place, but I mean, it's working. The team is working. It's working the way it's supposed to. I mean, it seems like we have orbs because we keep getting confused here, but and for some reason I have her set to normal. I gotta pay attention. She's not using her skills. yeah, so I mean, counter teams are fairly versatile. You can put a lot of, I mean, as long as you got like the main key people. Let's see if we can do 6 or not. As long as you got like the main key people like Shuzu and Hito and like probably Inugami, and you can bring like a healer and another DPS, or you could bring onmyoji and see, that's says enemy using onmyoji there, but it's kind of flexible, you know, the CCT or the counter teams. You want your counter team to be able to stand up to both CC teams and nuke teams, okay? That's what your counter team is for. It's for specifically dealing with it's basically built around the let's take what the enemy's doing and just disable it completely and make it useless, you know. Let's just make it impossible for that nuke team to kill me by giving ourselves shields and defense, and then while we're at it, causing them to kill themselves, because when they attack, not only do we counter, but we also reflect the damage back, and we're shielded, and then we got a healer, and we just heal ourselves right back up. And there's just, like, they don't stand a chance, right? That's the way the team works. And actually, to be completely honest with you, I'm kind of impressed with how well this team is doing, because this is a crap team. And it seems to be working out pretty well. Like, I didn't put any effort into this at all. I mean, Inugami's still a G2. It's not even Evo'd yet, and he's only like level 16 or 17 or something. Same thing with, no, I think Hito and Shuzu are G3s, like level 21 maybe. I think they are evolved. And then Enma's a G4, and Kusa's a G5, but yeah, I don't know, we might not make this one. We just lost Shuzu. But on the other hand, Kusa's fairly solid, so maybe she'll kill him by herself. I don't know. She might. Maybe that's why we're succeeding. Because she's kind of tough to kill. But, I mean, that's basically the gist of the counter team. It's basically about staying alive and letting the enemy whittle themselves down while you stay alive and keep surviving. And counter-attacking when they attack you. Yeah, we're totally gonna frickin' survive too, it's funny. That's about all there is to it. So, I mean, you don't have to take the people that I took either. You can take other people. You can take, onmyoji, you can take, you know, you can completely replace Enma with just about anybody. I mean, if you want to, you can take somebody for orbs, but I felt like I didn't need it. You don't really need to bring a puller. All you want to do is get your Shutsu to be fast, so that she uses her water circuit early on. Yeah, see, my Inugami's at level 16. He's got junk souls. Well, okay, not completely junk, but mostly junk. So, I mean, really, seriously, you guys, it's a pretty good, solid team format. So that's all I got. You guys take it easy. Don't forget to give me a like if you enjoyed the video. And feel free to leave me comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already.